Bonjour, Kinamagi and Ireland Indigenous, and welcome to this math review lesson. Today's presentation, dividing. We'll begin at mathisfun.com with its review of long division. The goal of this, I'll be in another way showing this to you so that we can master those division skills. Part of this will require us to continue to perfect our multiplication skills. This is the process with long division. And a little bit of terminology. You have a dividend is the number being divided. It's usually under the roof like this here. And divisor is the number going into it. The answer is a quotient. So there's going to be steps. So we start out at 25. Goes into 4. Nope, it doesn't. So we could put a 0 there and move on. Some of us, sometimes we'll skip it and just go to 42, just so you know. So 25 goes into 42 one time. 1 times 25 is right here. We subtract 42 minus 25 is 17. 17 is smaller than 25. I'll bring down a 5, and I suddenly have 175. 25 will go into 175 7 times. If you think of it, $1.75 is 7 quarters. So it's 7. We multiply. 7 times 25 is 175. We subtract, we get 0. There's nothing to bring down. The answer is 17. Let's check out the animation. So we have 25 again into 425. So we're going to divide. The divisor is a 25. The dividend is 425. It's important to know this terminology. 25 does not go into 4. So I put a 0. Now that 4 groups of 100 is going to end up being regrouped as 42 groups of 10. So we go into the tens place. You could do it this way. It's a few more steps. Not impossible. 42 divided by 25 will be 1. And you can ignore remainders. You go ahead and multiply, because remember our steps are divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. 25 times 1 is 25. Now we go ahead and subtract, which is 17. 17 is smaller than 25, so I'll bring down the 5, and I have 175. 25 will go into that 7 times. Put the 7 above the 5. 7 times 25 is 125. Which equals 175. You subtract, there's a 0, there's nothing to bring down. You're good to go. And again, the answer is known as a quotient. And the quotient here is 17. Let's practice a couple. Let's get my whiteboard out here. Remember our steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, check or compare. I've heard both. Bring down. So our first one we're going to try here, just to get the thing, 3 into 19, or let's go 46. Then we have a remainder. So I always start at the digit furthest on the left. 3 goes into 4 how many times? It will go in once, because 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6, which is too large. Now that's my divide. Now I multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. I subtract. I get a 1. Now my check or compare is to look back at the divisor. If this is Smaller than the divisor, we're good to go. If it's equal to or greater than the divisor, I've made an error and I need to work backwards and check it out. But 1 is less than 3, so I can go ahead and bring down a 6. How many times will 3 go into 16? This is where your math facts will be beneficial, and you'll be like, well, Mr. I, 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 3 is 18. That's too big. Let's go with a 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract, I get a 1. 1 is less than 3. There is nothing to bring down, so I will set it as a remainder of 1. Otherwise, you could call this 15 and the remainder being 1, the divisor being 3, 15 and 1/3 as well. So you do have some options in how you answer it. For today, I will accept a remainder. I encourage you to either use decimals or fractions, but I will accept a remainder today. Let's go ahead and clear this. I didn't want to clear that part. I wanted to clear this part. Let's see if you can, how your memories are. So let's try a 2-digit one. $11. Does it go into 9? Well, a 2-digit number is not going to go into a 1-digit number. So they had to put a 0 and work through the process. So I will for today, even though I normally wouldn't. 0 times 11 is 0. Get a 9. And I bring down this 9, and I have 99. How many times does 11 go into 99? If you said 9 times, you did a good job. 9 times 11 is 99. Subtract. There's nothing to bring down. Our answer is 9. So as long as you remember the steps to divide, multiply, subtract, check or compare, and bring down, you'll be sitting in a good spot. It's important to master this skill prior to the conclusion of 5th grade. And students who are still struggling after this point, we will still meet with you and we will get you there. Try not to panic. At this point, you'll return to the Google Classroom. Check out a few problems on your own. If you're stuck and you're in the physical classroom, feel free to call us over. We'll be happy to help. Have a minute, Gijigat. Minwa, Bamapi.